Hello and welcome. I'm Andy Jones, and today I'm going to be looking at the third in my series of 4 review videos of the song Adagio. I've already looked at Lara Fabian's English version, I've looked at Dimash Kudaibergen, and today I'm looking at Floor Jansen, the vocalist of Nightwish and various other bands and projects before that. But I started this channel actually with a video looking at Nightwish's Ghost Love Score, and most of my content on this review channel is about Nightwish. So as soon as Floor Jansen brought out this cover version of Adagio, I knew I had to look at it. And here, of course, I'm breaking from my usual pattern. Normally, I only look at live performances, and this is the first time I've looked at kind of like a semi-official studio video where it may not necessarily all be sung in one take, we don't know for sure, but this is a break from my pattern, but it's a break worth making, I think. So this is actually quite close to a reaction video. I've seen the clip once a good few weeks ago, so there's a lot that I can't remember about it. So I'm looking forward to delving in and checking out Floor's version and looking at it in more detail today. So if you'd like to check out the other videos from the series on Adagio, then please do head over to my channel and have a look there. Also, if you'd like to see my review of Lara Fabian's Italian rendition of Adagio, you'll find that on my Patreon channel. Take a look at the top here and you'll see the link. And I offer there a very affordable subscription model with early access to all of my videos, as well as some bonus videos like the one on Lara Fabian, but also some demos of my music and some live performances, and also some user polls and live streams and outtake videos, all kinds of things. So if that might be for you, take a look at the channel up there. And otherwise, do connect with this YouTube channel, because I'm doing lots more reviews in the next few weeks. And you'll see those, of course, by clicking subscribe and hitting the bell for the notifications, so that you can be sure that you can join me also when the premieres happen in the evening. So yeah, without further ado, let us jump in and take a look at Floor Jansen's version of Adagio. Let's do this. Okay, before we carry on here, so very similar structurally to the original version by Lara Fabian and also to the cover by Dimash, but what's different here is just the kind of genre mood, as you will. So instead of having an acoustic guitar or a piano playing the little kind of melodies in between the lines, we have like a double electric guitar, so a harmony, kind of Queen style, I guess. So obviously the genre is being placed in the more rocky area than it would be in the other 2 versions that we've looked at already. Now that's not surprising, of course, because Floor is a metal vocalist. So I guess the song is being tailored towards the genre, right? And Floor's voice, as usual, full of volume. It's all there. And, you know, right now we've had a passage that's not particularly challenging, I guess, vocally for her. But all the emotions there. And we can just see how that develops.
All of these nights without you, all of my dreams around you, I see and I touch your face.
And before it gets a little bit more intense here, that verse was interesting because a lot was happening there, a lot more than you may notice on first listen. I just said that in the first verse we had these kind of double electric guitars playing the parts that would normally have been played by an acoustic guitar or a piano in Lara Fabian's version. But actually in this second verse, we suddenly had a mix of electric guitar, piano, kind of acoustic-y guitar, although I would suspect that's either an electric guitar with a clean effect on it, or maybe even a MIDI guitar there. And on top of that, we have those choir voices in between the lines as well. I'm going to take you back and just let you listen to that as well, because it's interesting that already at this stage of the song, so many instruments are happening in the same part. So let's go back and listen to that again and see how it goes on from there. Okay, so here I would say in terms of the way that it's being sung, it's more similar to Lara Fabian's version. She's staying relatively true to the emphasis there that she's placing, but occasionally there's little lines where she just varies and puts her own spin on it, which is great because she's making the song her own. And that means that she's not just singing it, but also performing it, of course, without the audience and without the band and without the stage show, but still she's feeling what she's singing. And I would also say that it's quite interesting. The percussion side of things is very similar to in Lara Fabian's version, just a little bit louder. And there's an occasional drum fill more. But also kind of staying true to moving between the tambourine and the snare drum and these little castanet effect sounds in between. So really, it's not all that different. That little piano part at the end there, just like in Lara Fabian's version. So yeah, staying quite true to that that original vocal version. Okay, let's see what's next.
I know all that remains is a piano that plays. If you know where to find me, if you know how to reach me, before this life fades away, before I run out of faith, be the only man to say that you'll hear my heart, that you'll give your life forever, you stay.
Okay, we've got to talk about this part again because, yeah, I mean, firstly, what's really fun about this version is those very well placed occasional vocal harmonies. And it's only on individual lines, it's not all the way through. But this is, of course, the advantage of the studio version that you can, wherever you want to, just place in a vocal harmony and it sounds great. You know, Flor is brilliant at harmonies. We've seen that also when she's been harmonizing, for example, with Marco in Nightwish shows. Yeah, really, really cool harmonies there and just kind of strategically placed on certain lines to have a bit more effect. She's simulated basically what Lara also did on that long note, you know, Forever You'll Stay, and then the vocalizing. So this is more the Lara version than it is the Dimash version, for example. Yeah, and we know what Flor can do, right? So it's no surprise at all that she can hit all those notes, but still it's beautiful to watch. So it's unsurprisingly wonderful. And yeah, she's hitting all the notes that Lara hits. She's putting her own little spin on it, her own little inflections on the lines. But yeah, fantastic. So let's carry on and see the end. Lovely long strings there at the end just to finish the song off, right? Yeah, I mean, superb again. The whole ending part there, exactly on point in terms of the notes, great performance. Some little harmonies also at the end that are very subtly woven in, so they're not too obvious, but they support the lead vocals beautifully as well. A couple of things that I found interesting. Firstly, I wonder if it was strategic to have the crash cymbals relatively quiet in the mix there, because at times I have to admit that I missed them a little bit when you had those kind of specific kind of timing breaks on the lines. So that you believe, and those crash cymbals were kind of quiet in the mix there. So I would have liked to have maybe heard a bit more of those. What I also found interesting is that at the end, when she sang the You Won't Let Go, and before the Adagio, there was a bit more of a kind of instrumental passage happening underneath them there, whereas in both Lara's and Dimash's versions, they cut out the music and just had a little breather before the Adagio came out. What I also noticed is that Flor put quite a bit more overdrive on the ah at the beginning of Adagio, which I really liked. I think that fits in beautifully with her metal vocals in general. So yeah, fits in great with her usual way of singing. And I also noticed, you know, those little choirs in the background, really, really well played. I think there were a couple of things that in terms of instrumentalization, I preferred from the Lara or the Dimash version. What I quite liked at the end of the Dimash version is that little piano part that takes us through those last couple of chords, rather than it just being a kind of ended power chord on a guitar. But that's just the arrangement side of things. The performance side of things is fantastic. And I mean, I know that Flor has the benefit in this case of not being on the stage, but being in the studio, so being able to retake things if she needs to. But still, really, really good performance vocally, and you can tell she's really into what she's singing. So it was an enjoyable cover to watch. I don't normally watch these studio covers, but it was irresistible to me. Firstly, because it's Flor, and secondly, because it's Adagio. That's two things that go together, and I just have to click on play. So yeah, that concludes, I think, everything I need to say about this particular cover of Adagio. So let's just have a quick closing chat. Yeah, what a song, and what a rendition by Flor. I really like this piece of music, so irrespective of whether it's Lara, Dimash, or Flor, I love them all, and I guess I'm going to come back to a different version of each of them depending what mood I'm in to listen to the song. I'm also not oblivious, of course, to the fact that this was initially an instrumental piece of music by Tommaso Albinoni, and that all three of these versions are actually kind of covers of those with vocals added. And, you know, Lara Fabian did the original version of it, and I still have her Italian version of Adagio to review, which is coming next, and that will be on my Patreon channel as a bonus video. So if you'd like to check out that review, then have a look at my Patreon site and see whether that might be something for you. In the meantime, if there's any other versions of Adagio that you think I really should see, use the comments and let me know about them, and I'll be happy to check them out. Otherwise, if there's any other songs in general by any of these vocalists, whether it's Lara, Dimash or Floor, or by anybody else that you really think I should see, let me know about that. When I get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, I'm going to start doing reaction videos, and that will include also some live streams with reactions in them. So be ready for that. Happily, put your subscription on my YouTube channel if you haven't done that already, because that takes me a step closer. I'm over 600 subscriptions at the moment, but I need to get to that 1,000 because then I can start doing far more interesting content for you here. So don't forget to hit that subscription, and don't forget to hit the bell so you can be online next time with me when we have the next premiere. And until then, I want to thank you for tuning in. See you next time. Bye-bye.